welcome back to the Kempire Daily YouTube channel, your number one source for pop culture news and music, entertainment, reality TV, and so much more. This is our weekly recap of the Real Housewives of Atlanta. For those that are new to the channel, where are you guys watching from? I see Minnesota's in the house, London's in the house, Cape Town, South Africa's in the house. What's going on? Chicago, more South Africa. What's going on? Real House husband. What's going on? Are you really a Real House husband? We need to make that show happen. What's going on, Sheila? What in that bone? Christina, you like the dog bone? Trauma Queen says, Kenya's story of being abandoned was sad. Marlo is awful. Damn. Well, you know what, guys? I ended up watching, and I pushed this live back. First of all, shout out to everyone watching from around the United States, but also around the world. I ended up watching the after show. As you know, Bravo has, the Real Housewives have their after show, and I'm glad I watched it before the live. We pushed our live back by a half hour just because, as you saw, I posted 2 new stories earlier this morning. So be sure to check that out, a Wendy Williams story and a Nene Leakes story. Nene Leakes is apparently working on a tell-all, so stay tuned for that. So I watched the after show, and it kind of gave me more clarity on certain scenes that I felt pre-produced or it didn't feel authentic to me. So we're going to talk all about that along with this episode. I didn't love this episode, but I said this last week when I covered the last episode that we had from them. And I said the Marlo and Kenya beef, I'm not really interested in. The more we see it play out during the season, I'm like, oh, it wasn't interesting, at least to me. And I think a lot of you have been agreeing with me that you're not really invested in this battle between them. It's not interesting. And maybe because some people are not as equipped with like funny shade. Who knows? Guys, if you're just joining us, though, shout out to everyone that's in our live chat. It is the subscribers only live chat, and you've had to be a subscriber, I believe, for at least a day. So shout out to all of you that have been rocking with us since the beginning, since last week, since yesterday, whatever it may be. We appreciate you. And of course, shout out to our Team Kempire and Royal Court members, and shout out to our moderators, guys. Don't forget to send some love to our moderators in the chat so that we can have this fun conversation. Look, you know I'm never team anyone. I'm always Team Kempire, as you should be team yourself all day, every day. I'm team no one in this battle between Kenya and Marlo either. I can see where Candy was coming from when it comes to Kenya. If you're going to come, let's just make peace. Let's just go have a good time. But at the same time, Marlo really pretending as if she paid for this trip, as if this house was hers. We've never even, look, we talk about Kyle from Real Housewives of Beverly Hills a lot. But at least when someone's in Kyle's home, it doesn't feel, you don't even feel like it's Kyle's home. You feel as if they're staying at a place that's being paid for by Bravo. But Marlo trying to lean into, this is my trip. This is my trip. She's not going on any of my activities. Really? That Marlo by the end of this trip says she's tired, she's worn out. I'm worn out by you, Marlo. I'm worn out and I'm tired. I'm tired of the constant, oh, I'm going through a lot. I'm looking for sisterhood. You're looking for sisterhood, but you're not willing to give true, authentic sisterhood. There's a lot we can say about all of these ladies and Kenya Moore. But you, and we've seen it, you've literally showed us your true colors on this show, saying one thing to the ladies and doing all kinds of other things behind their backs. And I'm not going to even use Kenya as an example. I'm going to use Candy. Candy in every moment is still trying to support you and be there for you, but you continuously are throwing shade at her. And this has been going on for years. He's like, Candy, but I've known you the longest, and asking Candy to be a part of her village. She's constantly asking people to be part of her village. No one wants to be a part of your village because you're the village idiot. Oh, damn. I'm sorry. I'm tired of Marlo, and I've said this before, and I've never was an advocate for Marlo getting her peach. I said Marlo's given us so much as a friend of. She's a legendary friend of. She doesn't really need a peach. And based off the little things that we've seen in regards to her home life, we weren't interested. And now that we're seeing her home life, we're even more not interested. And her home life, she just kicked them out indefinitely. See, Mama said, not a village idiot. I just screamed laughing in my office. Sorry. Sorry if you scared anyone. Sorry. Aquarius says, you're not sorry. It's okay. Oh, my goodness. Oh, Lord. It's just sort of like, Marlo, you were draining this episode. Kenya, yes, Kenya could have definitely done better. She could have eased this situation a little bit better so we can move forward. But Kenya's also not playing it up for cameras. Kenya's like, you didn't pay for this house. And let's be honest, even if you like Kenya or not, you would have been upset if Kenya was not filming. You would have been upset if Kenya did not go on this trip. Producers would have been upset if Kenya didn't go on this trip. Who said, Kate, thank you so much for the super chat. I don't have my little thing here, but thank you so much for the super chat. Oh, I'll shimmy. I'll shimmy for the super chat. Thank you for the super chat. She says, Marlo sadly let her issues ruin the trip. And honestly, I don't know what Marlo's issues are. Are there demons? Oh, Silhouette says, Marlo should have been sent home by production. She's too ratchet. Now I love ratchet, but she is low down and I would have ran from her ass too. Nobody got time for that. Damn. Velda says, Kenya rushed over and Marlo started in. Okay. Everyone's going to have a difference of opinion, guys. If you're new to the channel, everyone's allowed to have a difference of opinion. If you are, quote, Team Marlo, that's fine. You're welcome here. You're welcome here. And you're also welcome to call in. I will be dropping the call-in link. At some point, but let's get these likes up. Let's get these likes up. Liking the video is an easy and free way of supporting our channel, but also other channels that talk about similar topics. My Journey, thank you so much for the super chat. Let me shimmy like I'm on P-Valley. Marlo is a big actress. It's giving bipolar. Look, come on. I'm never going to be here to diagnose anyone, but I think this is just Marlo. I think Marlo is never 100% authentic. So it comes across like she's always flipping the script. It's just who Marlo is. But let's start at the top of this. So, last week's episode, we got Marlo saying, at the dinner table with Kenya, that if you're not going to stay with us, you can't participate in activities. And we're all like, it doesn't really work that way. Like, I could understand if this was Kyle's house, or if, I'm trying to think of another instance where people are staying at someone's or Monique's lake house. I could understand something like that, but you didn't pay for this trip. We all know, I know it's breaking a fourth wall, but at this point, the Bravo fans know you did not pay for this trip. Okay? We know this. We know that you didn't plot or plan any of these activities. We know this. So Kenya does arrive the next morning. According to the after show, Cherie. See, this is why when two women have the same name, spelled the same, but pronounced differently, it works my nerves. Cherie, the original. Cherie. According to the after show, Cherie called Kenya and said, just make sure you get here before 9 o'clock, because according to Marlo, the night before, she's telling it was so petty and childish. Mind you, these ladies are 50 or nearing 50. And it's just like, come on, how old are we? If she doesn't come here by a certain time, she's not coming on our activities. Marlo, if we had to be forced to watch you and no Kenya on this episode, first of all, this episode wasn't that great already, because the constant fighting between you and Kenya and Marlo was just boring. But if Kenya wasn't even in the mix, it would have been even more boring. But y'all love to call Candy boring, but I was living for Candy's commentary throughout this episode. Anyone else? Candy's commentary throughout this episode had me rolling. I was like, you know what, Candy? A mess. Miss Nikki, thank you so much for the super chat. Let me shimmy like I'm on P-Valley. Sorry. Miss Nikki says, hey, Mr. Dimples, Kempire, just a thought I had. Do you think Marlo keeps going at Kenya for Nini's sake? Sidebar, Monyetta and Drew look alike. I never thought about that. Thank you, Miss Nikki, for the super chat. We're going to talk about Monyetta. Monyetta. This is which episode is this? Which episode is this with Monyetta? And she's still not giving us anything. Look, I don't need her to be dramatic, but at least be funny. At least be like interesting. Like, she's not interesting. But she wasn't interesting back on the other show she was on, right? She wasn't that interesting then. Oh, Monyetta. Still a beautiful woman. I'm happy that you've moved on and you have a brand new husband. I'm happy for you. Jada says she is so boring. Okay. She's dry and sweet. Not dry and sweet. Oh my God. Shauna says, I forgot she was there. Jean says, Monyetta falls flat for me. And I really want to like Monyetta, but at least with Candy, you guys love to call Candy boring, but we at least have some memorable moments with Candy. Candy's confessionals make me laugh. Monyetta, I'm still holding out for Monyetta though. You know who I'm not holding? Okay, I'm not requesting that she be fired because some of you guys go too far with that. But you know who I'm not feeling good about anymore? The newest bone collector, Sonia Richards-Ross. We'll get to that in a second. I can't. So Kenya Rise, and anyone notice how everyone seems so happy that Kenya's there? Everyone's like, oh my gosh, Kenya's here. Kenya comes in. She's looking at Drew's boobies, which I felt a little uncomfortable about. I was like, girl. But Drew was like, hey. I was like, girl. That's a bit much. And then Kenya is a character. I don't think I could ever be friends with Kenya because that sharp tongue. She comes in and she's looking around the room. It's like, all your rooms are a mess. But you've seen Kenya's home. Kenya seems like she is like A-type personality, type A. There we go. Type A personality. Like everything has to be in order. And I know she's not a Virgo, but she probably has a lot of Virgo in her chart. So Kenya arrives and everyone's happy. Everyone's happy to see Kenya there. Marlo sees her. She's like, hi, good morning, good morning, Kenya. Look, I'm going to change up my voice. Hold on. What do I... Look, wait.
This is going to be Marlo's voice. Hey, Kenya. Sooner, oh, you're not going to hug me, but... Damn. That's going to be Marlo's voice from now on. Because there are demons. The demons that surround her. Honestly, though, we could say a lot about... Hold on.
We could say a lot about Kenya. However, I kind of agree with her with the demons part. Anyone else feel like that? There's just something about Marlo, and I don't know if it's literal demons.
I don't know if it's these guys, but there's always something about Marlo. Just saying.
Sorry. Okay. TR said that's scary. I'm sorry. You guys weren't ready for that. Leo Aries, thank you so much for the super chat. We appreciate you supporting the channel. She says, wait, what do you mean I'm Leo Aries? Explain. Okay, that's a lot of fire. Marlo wanted the village to turn against Kenya. When Kenya showed up, the girls were happy to see her. I'm glad I'm not the only one that noticed that. I felt like everyone got excited when Kenya was there. Because also, remember the last time we saw Kenya in a group event, she got drunk, she was having a good time, she was running around. Kenya's having a different type of season this season, and I'm here for it. All right, I'm here for it. Hey, Catherine, oh wait, I keep forgetting to shimmy for the dollars down in the valley. Sorry. Catherine, thank you so much for the super chat. She says, finally on a live. We appreciate you guys. And we're a little bit later today just because I posted 2 new videos right before this live. So be sure to check that out if you haven't checked it out already. Okay, so Kenya arrives and Marlo already seems bothered. Marlo's giving her one thing like, oh, hey, you came, blah, blah, blah. But in her confessional, Marlo is bothered. Okay, Marlo's bothered, and I think Marlo's also bothered because she feels like the group really likes Kenya and probably likes Kenya more than they like her. I get that sense. So Kenya and Sonia, aka Bone Collector in Training, have a conversation, and this is where we learn about Kenya being triggered by Marlo. She says that Marlo reminds her of her ex, Mark, but also being triggered on how Marlo kicked out her nephews. And that's when Kenya tells the story about how she ran away from home after living with her mother's mother, her grandmother, not the one that raised her, and how they were like, okay, you're too much. We're sending you back. And Kenya ended up living with her ex-boyfriend for several weeks. She ran away. She said she dropped and rolled out of the car. And at first, when the way the scene played out, I was like, I was like, But when Kenya explains it more and talks about it more on the after show, I was like, oh, okay, I see. And this is why editing is like, look, they have hours and hours of footage that they have to piece together. But in that moment, I was like, is this the Coyote story? But no, she talked to, look, Kenya we already know Kenya and her mom situation, that has been traumatic enough. So she already has abandonment issues. So hearing a story like Marlo just sending her nephews off to a 2-bedroom apartment with her sister who already has 4 toddlers, it's a little triggering. But as we said, Marlo was never a mother before. You know, she never had kids of her own. However, she did raise her sister, she says. But we saw that in last week's episode. So I try to give Marlo grace in that area, but we all have said it. You kicking those boys out indefinitely, not for 30 days, indefinitely, according to Candy, that's triggering for those boys. That's triggering. It's not like they're babies. They're old enough to know what's happening. Thank you so much, Ebony, for the super chat. Ebony said, oh, wait, down in the valley. I need to get that sound effect. Ebony says, Kenya deserves all the smoke from Marlo. She pretended to be Marlo's friend to make Nene mad in season 6. Are we going all the way back, Ebony, to season 6? Are we going all the way back there? Uh-oh. Derby Dude says, Kenya has...
What do you mean? Kenya has demonic issues.
Well, maybe because they're so much alike, that's why they have such issues with each other. They're both the same sign. Edna says Marlo is not a friend with Nene either. Well, that's a whole other situation to discuss. Anyways, so Kenya and Sonia have a conversation, and that's where we learn about Kenya's trauma, and this is where Kenya makes the demon, comment about Marlo. So Sonia is like, come on, you can't get along with the girl. And then Sonia runs. She goes to get Sheree, her bone collector teacher. Let's go talk to Marlo. And the producers ask her, what's the difference between a bone collector and a peacemaker? And I agreed with her in her definition. But with all that being said, I have to say this. That's not what you were doing. I don't know what your intentions were, Sonia. And I asked you this in our interview. She's like, no, I'm not a bone collector. No, you are a bone collector because you didn't have to mention anything about the demons. You didn't have to mention about what she said about the nephews. That was being a bone collector. That's not being a peacemaker. A peacemaker is going to be like, well, this is how she's feeling. You leave those things out. Exactly. Brooklyn Star says, Sonia chat too much. She does. I don't think Sonia needs to be fired. Calm down, y'all. I think Sonia's finding herself in this group, and I'm not loving it. She is giving pick me vibes. I don't love that either. Ebony says Sonia is weird. Why am I enjoying Drew? No, shut up. Well, I was enjoying Drew until she threw the bone. I was enjoying Drew until she threw the bone. But I'm still here for Drew this week. I was here for Drew last week a little bit. Okay? We'll get to Drew in a second. So Sonia brings Sheree to carry this bone to Marlo. And Marlo's like, hold on.
She's talking about my nephew. One thing she's not going to do is talk about my nephews.
A mess. She's not going to talk about my nephews. You notice when Kenya asked Drew, what were you guys talking about in regards to her conversation with Ralph? She was like a humana. Drew, you could just we were just talking about the kids. I don't know. It was kind of weird. Anyone else notice that? It was kind of weird. It's like, Drew, you were just talking about the kids. Unless it was something that we missed. Okay. Moonbee said the voice is so appropriate. You know what? Nasty, I did not have time. Look, there's so much stuff that I do behind the scenes. I did not have time to watch Speak on It. Some of you have let me know. If you did watch Speak on It, feel free to call in and share some of the tea that was lifted from it. I'll have to watch it afterwards. Don't forget, guys, we will be live at 5:30 p.m. Eastern for our Married at Married to Medicine recap. I actually enjoyed Married to Medicine more than RHOA this week. Anyone else? Just a thought. Let me just save this. Hold on, y'all. Thank you so much, Florence, for the super chat. Florence says, I don't understand why Marlo feels the need to be validated by Kenya. Talk about insecure. She needs to be validated by a bunch of people. And that's why I always said, if Marlo did get her own show, it wouldn't have worked. She doesn't have that je ne sais quoi that people will gravitate to. We like spurts of Marlo, not an entire show about Marlo. Zoe, thank you so much for the super chat. Zoe says 1 year and 0 days being a member of this awesome channel. Time flies when you are having fun. More years to come. Zoe, thank you so much for supporting the channel. We appreciate all of our members, and some of you have been members this long, and I appreciate that, helping us keep the lights on here at the channel. Guys, if you would like to be able to become a member, there are all kinds of little surprise perks that I throw in there. Head on over to teamkempire.com/join. But if you're watching from YouTube and you're on your computer, just click the join button. All right. Thank you so much. And thank you, Zoe. Real Albiola, thank you so much for the super chat. She says, Miss Angelo, when someone shows you who they are, better yet, when they tell you, after the trampoline, Marlo said she let the devil out of her from within. Thank you so much for the super chat. Seriously though, thank you so much for the super chat. She says, Drew not getting in the car with Fatum was the highlight of the show. Well, according to Drew on the after show, that whole scene, of course they cut a lot of stuff out. She says that came out after she nicely said, no, I'm not going to get in the car. I'm not going to get in the car because, that person. So according to Drew, that was a buildup. That was a buildup. So it always makes it seem to us like, what the hell's happening? Why wouldn't you get in the car? Like this doesn't make sense. Okay. Hold on. I missed the super chat I want to read. Okay. Miss Nikki, thank you so much for the super chat. She says, last night on Speak on It, Candy and Fatum said Marlo actually hit below the belt because she was talking about Brooklyn too. Marlo can definitely go. What did she say about Brooklyn? Oh. So I saw some of you mentioning that too. I was like, I didn't see her say anything about Brooklyn, but she said it on Speak on It. They mentioned it on Speak on It, so they edited it out. Stephanie, thank you so much for this super sticker. We appreciate you supporting the channel too. Leo Aries, she says, I am a Leo and my man is an Aries. Oh, all that fire. I love it. Happy Leo season though. All right, back to this. So after Sonia goes to drag that bone, now Marlo's hot. Marlo's hot. She's talking about my nephew. She better not talk about my nephews. Okay. But here's the best scene for me in this entire episode was when Kenya reveals, she's having the conversation with Sheree, are you going to call my guy? Because Kenya knows a lot of people in fashion. So she's hooking her up with this person that's going to help She by Sham. Damn. She by Sheree. And the Kenya is very straightforward. I know a lot of people are like, why is she acting like that? Why is she being, kind of no, Kenya's serious. You have a pen and pad. Take notes. Because I'm hooking you up with someone. I don't want them to feel like, why did you hook me up with this person? It's not serious. So I get where Kenya's coming from. I know a lot of people don't necessarily like her approach. But the fact that she's helping out Sheree, and we've seen what Sheree has said and done on the show behind Kenya's back this season, and we're like, Sheree, everyone's trying to help you. But this leads to another conversation where Kandi, again, who these two women are helping Sheree out after Sheree, you remember at Sonya's, dinner, where they were dogging both of them out. Dogging both Kenya and Kandi out. However, those are the two women still helping you. Kenya's helping you out with this person to help you with your She by Sham, and Kandi's giving you advice on the things that she's gone through. As you know, Kandi has multiple businesses. This season alone, we've gotten a couple of moments with Kandi where she's really schooling these ladies on some of the things that she's done. Okay. And also her perspective. Again, we talked about the perspective on how, you don't have to raise children with nothing. Why do they have to struggle? There are plenty of kids that aren't Black that don't have to struggle, and they turn out to be just fine. So I love the conversations that Kandi's having on the show. And in that for me was the best scene. That's why I was saying a lot of this, it has to be done. No, we love the funny. We love the light shade. We also like these moments where we're talking about business. She's like, are you running a $1 million business on a bootleg budget? I took that to heart. I said, let me just make sure. No, I don't think I'm running my business on a bootleg budget. Yes. But at some point, I also, as a business person, will have to elevate and hire certain people. I mean, we still got merch, though. Get your merch, houseofkempire.com. The Black label merch are available, and we're working on more. And someone gave me an idea. Someone you might know gave me an idea of a collab that I need to do. Anyways, stay tuned for that. I don't want to speak on it just yet. Okay. It's hot here in New York City. There was like a little storm that just came through right before the live, but now it's gone. We need the rain right now. It's been hot here in New York City. I was outside yesterday, y'all. I'm not going to tell you what I was doing. I did see someone that watches the YouTube channel. Hey, Michelle, it was nice meeting you. I was hot and sweaty. If it wasn't so hot, I would have hugged you, but it was so hot and, pandemic. But she was on her way to work. See, when I'm outside, I didn't realize. Thank God I wasn't on a date. Can you imagine? That would have been awkward. But it was nice meeting you, Michelle. I love when I see you guys out in the street and you guys tell me that you watch the channel. Thank you. And New Yorkers, we don't do that. Unless we really like you, we'll stop you like, I love you. I love what you do. New Yorkers and in the heat, like, It's mostly humid. I know I say hot, but it's humid. Omar says, y'all ain't hot as here in Houston. Said, we're not used to this level of heat this early in the summer. Just saying. It's humid. Not drop your location next time. No. Kandi's combo is no more than what common sense suggests. Well, common sense ain't so common. I appreciated the conversation, and apparently Sheree did as well. Thank you for bringing us back. So they had that moment, and Drew comes in, and Drew's like, Kandi's over here giving a master class. She was. All right. So, and I'm going to briefly talk about the battle in the driveway. Okay. But before we even get to the battle in the driveway, we have Marlo chasing Kenya around the house, and we break the fourth wall, and we see the cameraman chasing Kenya and Marlo around the house. Okay, that was a little key for me for a second. But Kenya does not want to be alone with Marlo. I don't blame her. She's like, if we're going to have a conversation, let's have a conversation in front of the ladies. And this is where I can appreciate Kandi, because she might be friends with Kenya, but very much like myself, I'm still going to call you out. I'm still going to call you out if I think you're being too childish or feel like you're dragging this. Kandi's like, can we just go have a good time? But Kandi also says in the after show, she's like, I feel like Marlo was dragging it too. Because can we just go have this event? Why do you have to have this conversation with her one-on-one? Thank you so much. Wonderful days for the super chat. She says, I would love to run into Kempire, my favorite channel. Love your lives and Kempire family. Thank you so much. Wonderful days. I mean, if you live in New York, you never know. Hold on. Where is it? Like Kenya says, Candy's facial expressions, being annoyed by Sheree was everything. I mean, Candy for me in this episode gave me a lot of really key funny moments. Candy is sitting there that would have been me. Like, can we just go? I don't care about this battle. So we have Marlo chasing Kenya around. Kenya's like, I don't want to engage. I don't want to have a conversation with you. Let's just go on this event. So they go out to the cars, and Marlo's like, don't let this one in. So they spend an hour and a half because Marlo refuses to allow Kenya to go on this gem minding trip. So after they jump on the trampolines, they have a good thing, and then Marlo's like,
I got the devil out of me after trampoline or jumping on the trampoline. What?
I'm just saying. She got the devil out of her. So eventually, after jumping on the trampoline, oh wait, even before we get to the trampoline part, wait, I forgot about the Fatum situation. So they're battling in the driveway. They're battling in the driveway. Marlo and Kenya, and that's where Kenya says, "I'm an icon," and she's an ex-con. She said that during the season, and then during her Wendy Williams interview, she mentions that again. Well, the ladies are trying to convince Marlo to let Kenya come. Let Kenya come. I'm surprised production didn't just let this play out instead of us an hour and a half of watching this. Well, we didn't watch it for an hour, but you know what I mean. Well, it turns into Fatum and Drew. Drew starts barking at Fatum. And Candy's like, why is Fatum, why is Drew barking at Fatum? Fatum, you may recall we had the exclusive information in regards to the doggy bone situation during this trip. Okay. And we told you about Fatum then. And it made me wonder, why wasn't Fatum made a friend of the season? Because she's bringing a lot more drama than Moneta. But some of you hit me up and told me during the Speak On It, Candy revealed, or Fatum, I don't know, someone revealed in the Speak On It that Drew had her complain to the higher-ups about Fatum taking her bag or something like that. Fatum is a little woo. I don't know what's going on with Fatum. I don't know if she was drunk. She seemed possessed. Fatum
sounds like, first of all, she don't sound like this. She looks like she should sound like this. However, she sounds more like,
I don't even know at this point. It's very squeaky. I can't with Fatum's voice. I'm kind of glad she wasn't made a friend of, but she's there. So Fatum and Drew get into it, and then all of a sudden Drew starts barking at her. This was a foreshadow because Drew made sure she stopped off and picked up doggy treats and a doggy bone for a scene that we get later, a scene that I told you happened during the trip. I told you this months ago. And that's where Drew and I we part ways. Because if you are doing these pre-produced moments, and I know they called out Kenya in the after show about her pre-produced moments. Yeah, but her pre-produced moments make sense. Her pre-produced moments are the timing. It's all about timing. And if it makes sense, bringing a doggy bone, you don't own a dog. And you're not at your house. If you were at your house and this went down, then we could be like, okay, she has a dog. It's not a pre-produced moment. But we already knew that it was going to be a pre-produced moment. And this is where, Drew, you lose me every time. Like, I want to rock with you, but I can't. But she starts barking at Fatum. Fatum is losing it. Like, she wants to fight. Security's pulling them apart. And this is draining Marlo. So after jumping on the trampoline, because Candy, very much like me, is like, yeah, I want to just go take pictures. I don't want to sit around here and wait on these ones. I just want to go take pictures. So they start taking pictures on the trampoline. You saw the pictures from this trip, before the season aired, okay, when they were in Blue Ridge. So eventually, after Marlo gets the demons out of her, she's like, okay, let's go. So they go on a gem minding excursion and they go into the shop. And I have to say, the man, I can't wait. I know you all are waiting on a new episode of my podcast where I talk about my trip to Tennessee. I'm going to talk about it, but I have to say this. I would have felt uncomfortable in that store because of that man. When I went to Tennessee, I didn't feel uncomfortable like that. Were there a lot of Trump 2024 stuff? Yes. Were there stores with them? Yes. Did I take pictures of them? Yes. Because I was like, wow. But I didn't feel uncomfortable as much as I felt uncomfortable watching this store owner. But when Kenya goes, and see, Kenya's always producing a moment. If Kenya didn't come on this excursion, what would we be talking about? The crystals? And y'all know I love me a crystal. Y'all know I love me a crystal. Okay? Y'all know I love me a crystal. But what would we be talking about? She said, I'm just going to clean up the place. Did she literally take that down and give it to the man? The man was not amused. The man was not amused. We were amused, though. We were amused. Let me just say thank you. We got a couple of super chats backstage. Let me just get them before I lose them. And shout out to all of you for being here. We have almost 1,800 people in the building for our recap. And since we have almost 1,800 people in the building, I will drop the call-in link once we get to 1,000 likes. Yep. Once we get to 1,000 likes. However, if you're a member of the channel, I will be posting the call-in link on the community tab shortly. All right. So let me just say thank you. We got a couple of super chats. Nikki, thank you so much for the super chat. Nikki says, Marlo did that thing I can't stand. When you question their parenting, they make it seem as if you're talking about the kids. Also, Marlo has no substance. Okay. Channy TV, thank you so much for the super chat. She says, Sonia chose the losing team. Can't be trusted. She did. You know, we're not big on teams, but she did lose. If you're choosing teams, Sonia, that wasn't the team to choose. And I was rooting for you, but not anymore. Ali from Miami, thank you so much for the super chat. Ali says, Candy's face was like, y'all lucky I'm getting paid. Right? Because she would have left. She would have left. She would have definitely left. SS, thank you so much for the super chat. SS says, am I the only one who appreciated the dog bone moment? I was living for the petty. I mean, I'm sure somebody else, Drew, she probably is here with you with this. It felt too pre-produced. Look, we don't mind a pre-produced moment. Look, Kenya, more hair care. Like, those are pre-produced moments, but those were entertaining. This just felt too pre-produced. Ooh, y'all disagree? I agree. Kenya was wrong for taking the sign down. At first, based on the editing, I thought the sign fell and she wasn't able to put it back up. But if she took down the sign, I mean, that's his store. I didn't do any of that stuff when I went down, down south. Just saying. Tiff, thank you so much for the super chat. She says, I really like Fatum, maybe because I don't like Drew. I don't necessarily love Drew either, but Fatum is doing a lot. SS, thank you so much for the super chat. SS says, Sonia on the after show is hard to watch. Yeah, because she's hypocritical. She's hypocritical, and she seems like she's brown nosing. Charmaine says, definitely been hot here in New Jersey. I feel you on that. It's hot today. It's very humid today. Oh, Bliss says, take it down. Keep it real. Someone said, Lori says Fatum can go. Yeah, I'm not loving Fatum. And maybe because Fatum seems inebriated. And I don't love that. Hold on. Is this on? Oh, damn. I didn't mean to do that. Sorry, y'all. She seems inebriated a lot of the time. And I don't love that. And her voice is a little screeching. And I'm like, ooh. Okay, Dewan. Not Dewan stepping on our necks. He says stepping in for the Hamptons. Really? It's all right. It's all right. Everyone has a right to their opinions. Okay. Johnny says, yes, she's very annoying. Yeah, she's more annoying than Drew. Okay. Taylor says Fatum is a weirdo. Yeah, and I wasn't expecting that from Fatum. But then again, she's friends with Sheree. All right, let me focus. Let me focus, guys. So we spend an hour and a half, an hour and a half in the driveway, but we make it to the gem mining. Gem mining was going okay. Everyone's having a good time. And then Fatum tries to sit where Drew is sitting, and Drew gets up, and Fatum goes off again. Sit down. Sit.
Sit down. Fatum says, sit down. Just picture Fatum's face. Oh, wait, hold on. Sit down. Anyone else was scared?
I was scared. Anyone else was scared? I was a little scared. Drew, I get it, girl, run. And you probably should have held on to that doggy bone as a weapon because Fatum seems a little off. Stefan says, the more angry she got, the higher her voice got. Oh my God. Claire says, you are having so much fun over the way. I am. Just say. Lori says, love Fatum is a weirdo. This is why we can't defend Fatum. Like, we don't love Drew, but I would have gotten away from her too. She's like, sit down. Sit down. Girl. Even Marlo's like, and Sheree's friend Fatum. I don't know what's wrong with her. They go gem minding. They're done with the gem minding. That situation happens with Fatum and Drew. They end up going back, but Marlo is like, I can't anymore. I just want to go home. I can't with this. This is too much. This is too much for me. All right. So when she gathers all the ladies to tell them. And as she's trying to tell them, this is when we get another situation. I don't remember. Yeah, this is when Drew throws the doggy bone. Apparently, she didn't just throw doggy bone; she threw doggy treats at Fatum because Fatum was trying to apologize to Marlo because Marlo's like, I'm over this, and Fatum's like, I'm sorry, I was trying to be the bigger person, and then she takes a shot at Drew, and Drew pulls out a big old doggy bone and throws it at Fatum. According to Sheree in the after show, she says that Fatum thought it was Ralph's dildo. Latavia, doggy bone. Oh my goodness. Oh, wait, hold on. Elsing says, where did Drew get the doggy bone from? It was on this. It looks like she must have tucked it in the cushion. Like she was ready for the moment. That's what makes it so corny, Drew. Like, who told you that this was good? Who told you that this was going to be a good moment? Christian says, the doggy bone took me out. Well, apparently it worked for some people. It didn't work for me. I was just like, okay, Drew. But Fatum, you're not making it any better either. You're not making it any better either. All right, let me drop the call-in link for everyone that is a Team Kempire. Well, first, I'm going to drop it for Royal Court members. If you're a Royal Court member, I'm going to drop the call-in link right now on the community tab. Hold on. If you haven't already, I will be dropping the call-in link for the general public. Once we hit 1,000 likes, liking the video is an easy and free way of supporting our channel, but also supporting other channels that recap Real Housewives, that recap similar hot topics like we do here on the channel. And if you haven't already, be sure to subscribe to the Kempire Radio YouTube channel. That's where you can see a visual version of our podcast, Kempire Radio. We hit over 8,000 subscribers on that channel, but we have almost 150,000 here. Be sure to subscribe to that channel. God forbid, let me knock on wood, anything happens to this channel, we'll be announcing things over there. So be sure to subscribe over there. But you're also getting content from years ago, content that we post in regards to our podcast. Be sure to check some of that out as well. Oh, Sheila, shout out to Sheila. Thank you so much. I can't highlight it here on StreamYard, but thank you to Sheila. She gifted 5 Kempire memberships. Thank you so much for that, Sheila. We appreciate that. Shout out to everyone that received a gifted membership. Kari got one, Naomi got one, April got one, Mackenzie. Thank you so much, Sheila. Our community is one of the best. Okay, no, we are the best. So thank you, Sheila, for that. All right. Reese says, how does Drew have all of those assistants and she's still a hot mess? My Journey, thank you so much for the super chat. My Journey says, Fatum reminds me of Latoya from the past season. Really? I feel like Latoya was a little bit more put together than Fatum. I know she was drunk a lot too, but she was a little bit more put together. But she was still an official friend of Latoya. Stephanie, thank you so much for the super chat. Latoya says that not Latoya, sorry. Stephanie says Marlo was dead wrong for kicking the ladies out. She just wanted to control the situation because she didn't feel supported, whatever that means. Yeah, Marlo having this conversation about I came up here to rejuvenate, and like, since when was this trip about you? I thought it was just going to be a girls' trip. Like, that's where Marlo was wearing me ragged with this whole situation. It's like, girl, no, you keep making all of this about you. And mind you, the whole situation with Kenya had been over with. She comes back, she's like, I'm just done. I can't. Everyone's just wearing me out with it. I'm like, girl. All right. Oh, hold on. Where did that comment go? Sorry. Random info says, perfect name for this. Andy said on Watch What Happens Live that he didn't like she stopped the trip. So why would the producers even allow her to stop the trip? Marlo, if you want to go home, you can go home. You didn't pay for this. Marlo, you didn't pay for this. But I'm kind of glad that they stopped the trip because this trip was not tripping. Not the way that we thought it would. It wasn't tripping. Just say it. Exactly. Julia says that she was upset she couldn't control the ladies, specifically Kenya. Marva, thank you so much. Marva says, hold on. Marva, thank you for being a member for over 10 months. She says, Kenya is on Cocktails with Queens today. Yes, I did hear about that. And you remember her issue with Vivica Fox. So that's going to be an interesting thing to watch. So thank you. Hold on. Let me get the super chat. Miss Nandy, thank you so much for the super chat. Miss Nandy says, on Speak On It, Candy said there was more to them having to leave, but she could not say. What happened? Wait, I kind of feel like someone told me. I need to go back into my arsenal of information. Natural places, they were tripping on this trip. Thank you to our moderators, guys. Don't forget to show love to our moderators. They're helping us navigate this live chat. So be sure to like the video if you haven't already. I have already dropped the call-in link for Royal Court members. So Royal Court members, I'll be taking phone calls shortly. So they end the trip and Marlo basically kicks everyone out. She basically kicks everyone out. And honestly, I thought it was silly, but at the same time, I was like, I'm over this trip. I'm over Marlo. I'm over this trip. It's not giving what is like. I felt like the show was building and we were doing well with the show and everyone. But at this point on this trip, I was like, don't have Marlo host another trip. I can't wait till they go to Jamaica. Hopefully, Sonia would do a better job. But Sonia, this episode annoyed the hell out of me too. Anyone else? She annoyed the hell out of me. Straight shooter. I told her that too. I was like, we'll see how you go with this. I'm not saying that she needs to get fired. I still like Sonia. I still like seeing her family on the show. I still like how she's been able to be a part of the conversations and things like that naturally and organically. But she's wearing me thin. She's wearing me thin. Okay. High Five, thank you so much for super chat. She says, can we just call Marlo narcissistic? She tried so hard to control Kenya. Take her peach. Not fun watching her toxicity. Yeah, it's not entertaining. And I'm wondering if at this point, I don't want to see Kenya and Marlo battle this out on the reunion because I feel like I'm going to feel drained watching them as we feel drained now. Sasha says she got to go. Come on, Sasha. It's Nathaniel. Thank you so much for the super chat. Nathaniel says, why would Marlo invite someone she doesn't like? And why would Kenya attend if she doesn't like Marlo? Both of them are at fault for cutting this short. Because they're filming a show, and I know they can't say that on here, but they're filming a show. Chaco says she is a narcissist. Rocky says Drew can stay. She is fun. I just don't need the doggy bones. Somebody needs to help her with her shade. Maybe now that she's friends with Kenya, she can learn a better way of creating these moments. Miss Nikki, thank you so much for the super chat. Miss Nikki says Fatum said on Speak On It, she's not allowed to film with Drew anymore. Drew went to producers when Fatum took Drew's bag, and producers went after Fatum. So thank you, Miss Nikki, for confirming what people have been telling me. So this is why Fatum was not made a friend of the show, because of this, I'm sure. Because I was wondering, I was like, based on what I was hearing, she brought a lot during the season. So why wasn't she an official friend of? Because of this. She took her bag. Oh, damn. Taylor says she took her bag. Weird. I'm saying it's true. It's true. All right, we got another super chat. I appreciate you guys. Thank you so much for supporting the channel any way that you can. Thank you for sharing the video. Thank you for sharing our channel. Thank you for liking and checking everything out. Don't forget to follow us on multiple platforms. Last night we watched Real Housewives of Atlanta and Married to Medicine together on TikTok at TheKempire. Be sure to follow me there if you haven't already. Let me just post that up here. There we go. All right. Thank you so much, Andrella, for the super chat. She says, on the after show, Marlo said she stayed 2 more days and did a photo shoot, yet the nephew's birthday was the next day. I love the fact that you guys catch these moments. So on the after show, Marlo said that she stayed 2 more days in Blue Ridge and did a photo shoot. But she said on the show it was her nephew's birthday the next day. Thank you, Life with Leah. She says our TikTok watch parties are everything. All right, let's get some callers up here really quickly, guys. Callers, again, no profanity, no derogatory comments. You will be cut off if you do that and banned from calling in. If you're a Team Kempire member, I'm going to drop the call-in link on the community tab for you right now as well. So this is your opportunity to call in and share your thoughts. However, live chat, once we get to 1,000 likes, we only have almost 2,000 people here. Thank you so much for our Real Housewives of Atlanta recap. And we have almost over 70 people on TikTok watching behind the scenes. We appreciate you guys as well. All right, let me just drop this for Team Kempire members now. Okay. All right. So Team Kempire members, if you go on our YouTube page and you go in the community tab, you'll be able to find the link there. All right. Again, callers, we're not going through the entire episode. The most pressing point that you want to bring up and talk about, please bring that up. Okay. And keep in mind, people are waiting behind the scenes to call in as well. All right. All right. So let's get into some callers. Ms. Brooke says cut off. Exactly. All right. Hold on. Let me just fix this. Okay. Miss Brooklyn Star, I'm going to bring you up for a quick comment. What's going on, Miss Brooklyn Star?
Hi, Kempire. How are you?
Oh, well, how are you?
I'm good. I just want to say that Sonya's lips have to be chapped. Okay. I don't know what is drawing her to Marlo, that she overlooks how Marlo is, but it's I want her to exit stage left. I want her to leave Ross though for our viewing pleasure, but she can go. I tried, but I can't get down with Sonya. The way she moves, she like finds fault in everybody else, but she doesn't see that what she did to Drew was wrong. Like she can go, honestly. For Toom, honestly, this week the after shows are better than the episode, because Fatum is very interesting on Candy Speak On It. Not so much on this episode, but she was hilarious.
Really? I mean, a lot of people said that she was hilarious too. A lot of the other housewives.
She said a lot of behind the stuff scenes that I think you will find interesting. She was funny.
Okay.
I think they also said that they showed one side of like how Kenya was talking to Marlo, but they said her and Candy said it was a lot of below, like real grimy stuff that Marlo said about Brooklyn, so bad that neither of the women wanted to repeat it. They were like, no, we're not going to repeat it. It was that bad.
Wow.
And one of the things about Blue Ridge for brown people, you have to think long and hard before you go into the mountains of Georgia, because you will run into things like that. And I'm surprised that production didn't do more detailed, like they didn't see that sign in that store, because the man looked like he wasn't taking it down.
Well, they zoomed in on it.
Yeah, and he didn't look friendly. Like
No.
I'm not giving my money to people that I know for one don't want my business. I would have left. I would have sat in the car.
Because he knew what was filming there.
Yeah, and he just didn't. He was not warm. He looked like he did not want brown people around him, and I was just like, why are y'all there? Like I wouldn't. No money of mine would be going to that kind of business. No.
But it's Marlo.
Yeah, and Marlo is horrible. I am so sorry. She like the after show, she was just like, she wants praise. She just like, all the stuff I do for my family and nobody ever gives me anything. And I'm like, you're gross. And you really want these women to what, get lit and turn up because you gave up the boys? Like, that is so weird to me. Why are we here? If you wanted help cleaning up the room, I would help. If you wanted a referral for a therapist, I would give you that. But we're really going to turn up in the mountains because you can't be a parent right now? That is so weird to me. I think that's about it. Marlo is just not a good person. It's just materialistic things. I think I know a couple of people like that, but she takes the cake. She needs help. I think she needs help before she takes on the responsibility of others. I think she has issues she needs to clear up before she should have kids in her care, quite honestly.
All right.
That's what I have to say.
All right, Brooklyn Star, thank you so much for calling in.
No problem. Bye.
All right. Now I remember. Thank you. I'm so glad I saw this comment. Remember when I reported on the cast ended up, there was a COVID exposure allegedly. And a lot of you were trying to drag me in the comments saying, no, they're on vacation here. Well, based on what we reported on, they had been exposed to COVID. So this is what I think happened. And that's why they couldn't talk about it. I think it was COVID. They don't want to confirm the report that I did on it. So that's why they had to leave. Allegedly. I forgot about that. See, I told you I had to go back into my brain. I was like, I'm not reporting on something. Y'all were like, oh, they got COVID. They're here. They're in. Yeah, but the quarantine for COVID is only a few days now. As long as you got a negative test. All right, let me get to some more callers, guys. Again, callers, be brief. We already have a long line backstage of people that want to call in. We have almost 2,000 people here watching. Let's get to 1,000 likes, and I'll drop the call-in link. If we don't, that's okay. It's all right. I just won't be dropping the call-in link to the general public. We already have quite a few people backstage that are part of our membership. So let's get into more callers. Gabriella, I'm going to bring you up for a quick comment. What's going on, Gabriella?
Yes, hello. I'm sorry, I'm doing the dinner now. I'm doing bread in the oven, French bread in the oven. Delicious. And I don't do caviar, I'm sorry, but I do ratatouille with some eggs just near them. Oh, it's ratatouille with all the vegetables, everything like that. I speak about Kenya and Marlo. I remember I see a blood item about someone from Beverly Hills make a show with someone else from another show with, entrepreneur and making home, redecorating, everything like that. I remember Kyle Richards is friend with Kenya now, and Kyle Richards, her husband, have so much real estate, and Kenya know how to redecorate, how to make with entrepreneur a new home. I think they will in the future make a new show, and Marlo knows it, and Marlo is jealous of that. Is why I think we have more under that, because Kenya and Kyle was in holiday in Paris together maybe 3 weeks ago. I see on Instagram everything like that, and I remember that. I say, why Marlo is jealous with Kenya? Because Kenya, she has more business, she has more show, and she said, I do a show in Middle Eastern Europe. I think maybe she's gonna be in the show with Mauricio, maybe, and the houses, everything like that. Maybe because
wait. So just let me just clarify what you're saying. You're saying that you think that the show that Kenya alluded to in her interview with That Grape Juice about film that she was filming might be Mauricio's show.
Maybe, or they are make it now. They are make it now. A new show with Kenya making home with some entrepreneur, because she met her home recently. And I remember you said it so much time. Kenya need to have a show with her, with the entrepreneur, everything like that. And remember one thing, everybody say now producer are they see you in YouTube. They hear you in YouTube. And maybe Kenya hear it, and she said okay, and Kai, she had home, and she maybe is gonna be out of Beverly Hills, and she gonna be a new producer of a new show with Kenya, because Kenya has it and Marlo don't have it.
Okay. All right. Thank you so much, Gabriella, for calling in.
Bye
And
bye.
I'll be coming over for my bread later.
Bye bye.
I'll be coming over my bread later. All right. Okay. So let me bring up my uncensored opinion next. Hold on. What's going on, my uncensored opinion?
How you doing, Kempire?
I'm well. How are you?
Doing good. So quickly, two things. I 100% agree with you about Sonya. I think people should give her a chance because it's still her first season. So I think that she has to, you know, find her way and find her niche in the group of girls. So I'm with you. I'm gonna give her, her grace, and hopefully she'll be back next season so we can see the different side of her.
Yeah.
And another thing is Fatum, however you say her name, girl, bye. Get off the show at this point. Like, I'm okay with production serving her papers and respectfully telling her to clock out, like, at this point. Because when I tell you, every single time the camera got on Fatum, she literally was like barking at Drew. Literally. So yeah, I'm perfectly okay with her not returning ever again with that. But that's all I had to say. Thank you again.
Thank you. Take care.
You too.
Poor Fatum. But no, I agree. Fatum it's uncomfortable to watch. And it might be because she seemed very inebriated. Just saying. All right. Let's get to some more callers, guys. Again, if you are a member of the channel, I've posted the call-in link on the community tab so you can have access there. And general public, I will be posting the call-in link once we get to 1,000 likes. We're about less than 200 away, but we have almost 2,000 people watching. So I'm being generous. Okay. All right. I'm going to bring up Make It Make Sense next. What's going on, Make It Make Sense?
Hey, Kempire, long time no see.
I know. How are you?
I'm good. Was that disclaimer about me? The disclaimer that you gave?
Which one?
I no cursing, no crassness.
No. Oh, no. No, we have other people.
I really did like the fact that it felt like Marlo was playing checkers and Kenya was playing chess. Marlo wanted to vilify Kenya, right? She wanted her to have that meeting so that Marlo could say that Kenya speaks poorly about children. Kenya met her where she was at and literally ran around having Marlo chase her because that's how badly Marlo wanted to have that conversation. It was the thirstiest thing I have seen since Marlo chased Portia around the Halloween party about that floor mat. Also, I really do think, now this is me being serious, I think that Marlo is what's wrong with the world today. Like, that materialism knows no bounds. When she talks, either on the after show or on the episode, she's always wanting the other women to provide something for her nephews. Like, she was extremely happy that Candy sent them money, and you were the only one that sent them money. Marlo dates for money, but she has now what's the word I'm looking for? She now wants her friendship relationships to provide her with something monetary, and it's really disgusting to watch. These children are yours. They are your responsibility. Nobody owes you anything. If somebody calls to check on you, that's just somebody being nice. The expectation, I think she said on the after show that she felt like she had done more for Kenya with Brooklyn because some woman had a clothing shop and she let Kenya know how she could get some clothes from Brooklyn. You literally said that Brooklyn didn't come from her eggs. Is she supposed to forgive you because you have a hookup on a dress? Like, am I missing something?
Yeah.
I don't want to like really go in on Marlo too bad because I have to give her credit for this whole Monty thing, but it still feels like she is exploiting these children. And I think that they're going to be worse for wear as a result, because this show, she may not get a second season. and you have like literally put them out. You have put them on the show. Who says that these kids are even comfortable? Who says that these kids want the world to know that their mom has this disorder and that she's bipolar and that she's going to jail? Like the list just goes on and on. But the episode was good enough, and that's why I watched it, and that's why I called in.
Okay. All right. Thank you so much. It makes sense. Have a good day.
All right. Bye.
Bye. All right. Let me just say thank you. We got a couple of super chats, and thank you guys for the super chats, and thank you for all of you that send in super chats, that send in Venmos, PayPals, Cash Apps. We appreciate any way that you can support the channel so that we're able to continue to elevate what we do here on the channel. If you missed it, we posted 2 new videos right before the live, one about Nene Leakes and her tell-all book that she's working on, and another Wendy Williams update. So be sure to check that out. Miss Nikki, thank you so much for another super chat. She says, I was tripping when Fatum and Candy exchanged fragrances for each other's hoo-ha last night on Speak On It. Oh my God, I can't. I mean, as long as you're trying to keep it fresh. Look, just say, hi, Vibe. Thank you so much for another super chat. Hi, Vibe says, Sheree can go too. I really feel like Sheree, this is Sheree's one and last season return. I don't think Sheree will be coming back after this, and this is why she's probably working on trying to be on Love and Marriage Huntsville. High Vibe says Sheree can go too. She was not interested in Candy's business advice. She by Sham will be the longest running brand with no product. Damn. Yeah, that's pretty sad. All right. Danielle's backstage. We're going to bring Danielle up next. What's going on, Danielle?
Hey there.
How are you?
Good and yourself. Happy Monday.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, it's Monday.
One quick statement just to give a different perspective, because this is what came to my mind. And again, don't come for me in the comments. I don't feel like scrapping today, y'all. However, I thought it was okay for Marlo to ask Kenya to let's have a conversation before we get the day started. We left yesterday in a bad space. Let's have a conversation, clear the air, and apologize who needs to apologize and keep it moving. I thought it was very immature of Kenya to not allow that conversation to happen. I thought it was okay for the conversation because they did leave the day before in a bad space.
Yeah.
My first thought was that Marlo just wanted to clear the air, maybe even apologize. We don't know. We'll never know at this point. But I get Kenya when she's like, well, I'm not ready to talk to her. I understand when people have to be in that head space, that mental space to have those conversations. But this is a workspace as well. And if we have to work together, let's just go ahead and clear the air. That's my 2 cents on it. I was not happy. Both of them exhausted me. The watch party was great last night, and I was exhausted and I was annoyed. Futum's voice, whatever, annoys me. And that's it, y'all. Again, don't come for me in the comments. I don't feel like fighting today. It's Monday.
Now they're going to definitely come for you. Goodbye. All right, guys, if you haven't already, be sure to like the video. It's an easy and free way of supporting our channel. Speaking of supporting our channel, thank you to everyone that sent in a super chat. Let me just say thank you here. And thank you so much for super chat. She says, WAG1. Saying hello, I'm late. It's okay. It's okay. You know, we stay live because we have tons of people that want to weigh in. But as I said to you before, if we don't hit our goal of 1,000 likes, I'm not dropping the call-in link. We already have our members backstage. I'm going to bring up Sharon next. Hold on. What's going on, Sharon?
Hey, how you doing, Kempire?
Well, how are you?
I'm doing fine. You talking about this show? I'm getting sleepy again.
Oh, I'm sorry. Am I boring you, Sharon?
No, it's that show. I tried to watch it 3 times yesterday. I watched it the first time when it first came on regular TV. Fell asleep. And I said, oh, Kempire's on. I'll watch it with him. Maybe I could stay up. Watch it with you. You were signing off.
You know, I was not.
I drank 2 cups of coffee.
Oh, damn.
Then I thought, okay, because it'll come back on TV again on Bravo. So I tried to watch it again. I went to sleep, woke up, and they were showing Judge Mathis.
Did you enjoy Judge Mathis?
Yeah, I enjoyed that and my 2 cups of coffee.
That's a mess. Okay.
I tell you what, let me know when they go to Jamaica and I'll try to watch it again then. I can't do this.
Okay. Thank you, Sharon.
Yep, that's all I had to tell you.
Take care. Bye. Honestly, Sharon, you didn't miss much. To be honest with you, like if someone asked me, do I have to watch this episode? I'm like, no, you don't. I felt like Marlo. I felt drained by the end of this episode as well. All right. Kari's backstage. I'm going to bring her up. What's going on, Kari?
Hi, Kempire. Okay,
Long time no speak.
Long time. I know. Listen, before I start talking about the show, I want to say, whoever gifted me this membership, you are my for life. Listen, I want you to find me on Twitter, right? Because I make candles and jewelry. Find me on Twitter. I'm gonna send you one of my candles and I'm gonna send you one of my pieces because I really appreciate you doing this. Because listen, I can't afford no membership, but I can afford you to send you some free shit. So
language.
Yeah, I myself, Kempire. I'm just excited. You know what I mean? Because I thought I wasn't gonna be able to call in today, and then I saw that email. I was like, oh, somebody loves me. Somebody loves me today. I'm blessed.
Shout out to Sheila. So, sweet Sheila.
Find me on Twitter and I'll send you. My necklaces are beautiful, if I do say so myself. And I'll send you one
promo. Come on.
I'll send you some free stuff. Okay, now onto the episode. So I actually agree with Danielle. I do think it wasn't wrong for Marlo to ask for the conversation. I think it was wrong for Marlo to start stalking Kenya like she owed her money. I think. Now, I want to apologize to y'all, right? Because I did this whole teary cry session and I was feeling bad for Marlo, but I got to take all that.
No, don't apologize for that because we loved it. For those that weren't here when you called in and talked about your foster care journey, then no, it was important for us to have that conversation. I'm glad that you shared that.
Because I started thinking, if this is how you treat your nephews, I wonder how you treat those girls that you're mentoring. How do you talk to them when they upset you? How do you talk to them when they do something that you tell them not to do? Are you calling them S words? Are you throwing it in their face that their, parents don't love them and that they need you and stuff like that? Are you treating them how you treat Kenya? I'm starting to wonder that because you can't even provide your own nephews with love and support. And it's very odd to me that you're sitting here talking about how you need this trip for people to feed into you. Meanwhile, your nephew has a birthday coming up that you're deliberately ignoring after you kicked him out of your house. Let's really think about how that's going to emotionally impact him. Let's think about how it's going to emotionally impact them when they go to school and those kids start throwing it in their face how their mama going to jail and now their own auntie don't want them. How their auntie was talking about how they room dirty. Like you're not thinking about the long-term impact, but you're so focused on sticking your head up Kenya's butt. I am very confused. Okay, and Sonya, ooh, how did you turn me into a Drew fan? How did and then for Drew, and I'm looking at you like you ain't got nothing but air going through them ears of yours. Because I saw you when Kenya was sitting there being very vulnerable with you, breaking down how you can get some more screen time. How you can run that back to Marlo and tell her so you can get some more screen time. And then you're going to go in her face. Girl, I cannot wait for her to scalp you by your edges at the reunion. I'm going to be honest with you because you deserve every licking. Fatum, you are psychotic, all right? You were cute for a scene. All right. When I needed Drew to be red and I needed her to be brought back down to earth, you were cute for a scene. Now you're heading towards Marlo territory. You're heading towards Marlo territory with the nastiness, the obsessiveness, and the all right alcoholicness. Baby, you need to put the drinks down. All right. You and Erica from Real Housewives of Beverly Hills got something in common. Maybe y'all need to go kiki about each other with a therapist and an AA meeting. Okay. Thank you very much.
Thanks, Kari. Again, I do want to thank Sheila for gifting those memberships. That's not the first time that she's done that before. So thank you for that. Because not only are you supporting our community, you're also supporting us, and we appreciate that. So thank you to Sheila. All right. Oh, look who's in the chat. Hey, Nikolai. Long time. I love it when we see people that we haven't seen in a long time. So shout out to everyone that's been hanging out with us since who knows when we started doing all of this. All right, we're gonna bring up one last caller because we haven't hit our goal of 1,000 likes. If we hit it before the end of the live, I will drop the call-in link for the general public to call in and share their thoughts on the latest episode of the Real Housewives of Atlanta. But we're gonna bring up In My Opinion, who always has an opinion. What's going on, In My Opinion?
Hey, Kempire, how are you?
I'm well. How are you?
Now, why are you gonna bring me up out the car?
What? I can't help it. I do it in order.
Now you know she do the reads like a encyclopedia.
Next time I will make sure to leave her for last. I'm sure she won't be happy about that.
How you doing today?
Let's start
off with good vibes.
Yes.
You all right?
I'm doing all right.
Okay. Well, let me tell you, Kempire, okay? I'm telling you, I told you when the season first started, I was gonna give your girl a chance. Okay.
Sonia?
Now I'm gonna tell you, her Jamaican ain't Jamaican, okay? Because Jamaican people keep it real, okay? You keep it real, okay? I ain't never seen a Jamaican that can't keep it real. Miss Sonia, you showing your skin too much, okay? Baby, you gonna be scalped, okay? Let me tell you something. I'm telling you. And let me tell you, Drew, let me tell you, I don't condone fighting under no means. You know what I'm saying? We all grown. We too old to be fighting. But I wanted Drew to just slap her because she kept trying that girl. If I tell you I don't want to be in your personal space, I don't want you in my personal space, respect what I say. She would have ran up on me one too many times. When she came and sat next to me, I would have hauled off and slapped her. And it wouldn't been nothing nobody gonna be able to say because I already told you. I told you when we got in the cars, I don't want to ride with you. I don't fool with you. But you keep running up on her. So that's why I'm gonna give her grace. That dog biscuit, she should have thrown it at her. She should have thrown the hands at her too. But I'm just come on back down. You know what I'm saying? And let me tell you something. Okay. So, I'm a firm believer in you should talk out your stuff, right? Here's the thing. I believe Kenya was right. Okay. She said, I don't want to talk to Marlo in private, but we can talk in front of everybody else. Marlo, if you wanted to talk to her and clear the air so bad, whatever you had to say to her, and the minute she said you could say it to everybody else, then that was your permission to say whatever you wanted to say to everybody. Marlo only wanted to antagonize her. That's what she wanted to do. And she wanted to antagonize her in private. So when she ran back and said, oh, well, Kenya was being mean to me while I was trying to be nice to her. No. If you got something to say it in front of everybody. We was all here. They all having a good time. They all laughing. They all kicking. We all ready to have fun. You know what I'm saying? Quit doing stuff that makes you look bad. You keep saying people are trying to, bring you down or whatever. Nobody's trying to bring you down. You just fighting too low. Like, I get when somebody come for you, but don't come for me unless I send for you.
Oh, okay. Let me find out you Team Twirl over there.
Well, you know what? Let me tell you something. I wasn't a Kenya fan until this season. Like, I guess because Kenya has been through so much, and it was like Kenya was fighting everybody. And it seems like after she went through this stuff with Mark, she may have gotten some counseling or whatever. And now she's not fighting everybody. She's dealing with her issues the way she need to deal with them. And she's coming off like a real authentic female, a real woman. No real woman that's going to put their problems on somebody else. I'm going to deal with my problems. I'm going to come to you correct. And that's the way she's been coming this season. I respect that a whole lot more than I respect you trying to drag somebody else down that's trying to do something. Like all those times them, doing their stuff. Like I felt like it's a time for shade and it's a time not. You know what I'm saying? When somebody's doing something for their business, I ain't gonna be that shade. I ain't gonna bring no whole band set to come over here and advertise my stuff at your event. I'm not gonna do that because I want you to win just as much as I want to win. You see what I'm saying? And you got to know when you put stuff out there, that karma the world works in a circle. So when you're throwing stuff out there at somebody else, just know it's coming back around to you some kind of way. So that's a lesson that everybody need to learn. When you put out good vibes all the time, those good vibes going to keep coming at you. And you're going to start to see, hey, my blessings are coming because you're doing good in the world. But if you keep on throwing out all that toxic and negative energy, guess what? That toxic and negative going to circle around and hit you right in your forehead.
Oh, not the forehead. All right. All right. In my opinion, thank you so much for calling in.
Oh, I'll be here later on for the Married to Medicines, though, because I got a lot to say about that one.
Okay.
In my Nene voice. Bloop.
Thank you, in my opinion. Have a great rest of your day. I'll see you later.
Okay, and thanks to the mods.
Yes. Thank you, guys. Yeah, don't forget to show love to the mods. We have over 2,000 people watching our recap of the Real Housewives of Atlanta. We are very close to hitting our goal of 1,000 likes. So I'll give you guys a moment. But I'm going to react to what everyone's saying in the live chat in regards to this episode. I don't feel like this episode was great. I feel like we're getting the same energy from Marlo. According to what you guys are saying on Speak On It, Candy and Fatum reveals that Marlo said some low down dirty things about Kenya's daughter. I am leaning more towards believing them, because why would they lie? But also, we've seen Marlo go below the belt before. And she has not grown or evolved since the first time she's been doing this. So if she did that, I'm sure producers, or when she saw the original edit, she was like, yeah, I have to take. Wait, hold on.
Y'all need to take that out.
But I'm sure Kenya probably will bring it up in any shape or form, because I know producers don't like them to bring up something that didn't air on the show, which makes it hard for fans to understand when they are trying to defend themselves at the reunion. Producers, y'all need to stop that. I understand that you like, oh, it wasn't brought up on the show, but okay, that's okay. The reunion is for clarifying on things that the fans do not understand. We need to understand why exactly a person is feeling the way that they're feeling. And now we would fully understand why Kenya will be coming for Marlo at the reunion. You talked about my daughter in a derogatory way. Yet at the same time, you're saying, oh, I love me some Brooklyn. You think I would be having my daughter around Marlo ever? Especially if she says something derogatory? Marlo hits below the belt. It doesn't matter who it is. So every time Marlo asks for a village, asks for loyalty from people, they're not giving you loyalty, Marlo, because you have never given loyalty to anyone. Anyone. Not even your own family. Not even your own family. And thank you guys for 1,000 likes. We appreciate you. We have over 2,000 people watching our recap. I just dropped the call-in link so you guys can call in and share your thoughts on the latest episode of The Real Housewives of Atlanta. However, callers, you have to be quick and to the point. We're not going through the entire episode. We're not going on a long tirade about what you thought of the episode. Let's get to the point. All right, let's get to the point. Replay crew, though, we haven't forgotten about you. We always want to hear what you guys have to say.
Web results. I can show them if you ask again from your iPhone.
No, thank you. We're not talking to you, girl. God. Anyways, so let me just say thank you. Let me say thank you. Let me say thank you. Miss Nandy, thank you so much for Super Chat. She says, yes, she did it. She did hit below the belt. Said Kenya used another woman's egg for the baby. Horrible, Marlo. Oh my gosh. What? And I'm not surprised by this. I'm not surprised that she would say something like this. Marlo has a lot to answer to when it comes to Kenya, when it comes to Candy, because those are the two people that she really came after a lot this season. And she really was making a lot of digs at Drew as well this season. So that will be interesting. Oh, sidebar. You saw how Drew said the gem minding was lame. She's like, this is lame. I don't think it's necessarily lame. I think wherever they went, that experience is like, there are other places you can go that you're literally out there mining crystals. I think that would have been a lot of fun. Dr. Payne, who's been a member for almost a year, she says Marlo is a full mess. Hope she doesn't come back. I think Marlo will come back next season. I've been advocating Marlo to come back as a friend of next season, honestly, and I stand by that if she comes back at all. But to me, if Marlo didn't come back, I'd be okay with it, especially if depending on who they line up for next season. All right, we're almost halfway through the season. If not, we're already halfway through the season. How are you guys feeling about the cast that we have so far? Replay crew, everyone in the live chat, I want to know. How are you feeling about the cast that we have so far? She said the driveway was more interesting, Amanda. All right, we have quite a few callers backstage. All right. Okay, I'm going to bring up Miss Adrian first. What's going on, Miss Adrian?
What's happening, babe? Can you hear me?
A little bit. You have headphones on?
Yeah, I got my headphones. Can you hear? Is that better?
That's better. Yeah.
Okay. So let me hurry up and get through this. So first of all, I don't know what Marlo's issues are. I think she needs some intense therapy. It looks like she's going to be speaking with a therapist. She needs to be in continual intense therapy with this professional, because they need to get to the roots of her depravity and whatever these mommy issues are. And I don't say that to be funny. Her and her sister had touched on it last episode. I think Iyanla would have had a field day with going through the pathology of that family, because this is so deep rooted. It kind of makes a rational person, like eventually you're going to come out of like, Why does she keep acting like that? Why does she keep acting like that? It's not going to make sense to most rational people because her issues are so deeply rooted. Like, that's going to take a professional. And I didn't understand the thing about her asking the boys where they, no. Oh, you need to drag them, just like you need to drag yourself down there. Because her issues with Kenya and Candy, whatever this issue she seems to have with women, that's about her and her mama. That's about her and her mama and whatever went on there. I think that Kenya was right to give Marlo the energy that she did. I'm gonna tell you this thing about, oh, but we love Brooklyn so much. Let me tell you something. Me and my kids are not a la carte. Okay, this is not a restaurant menu. You don't pick from the over here, and you don't. If you don't act like you don't mess with me, then you don't mess with my kids. You don't even mention them. You don't get to mess with my kids and then despise their mama. It don't work that way. It don't work that way. So to me, Kenya was absolutely right to give Marlo the energy. Her chasing Kenya all over the place, that looked a hot fool. Them grown women, we're talking about 40, some almost 50-year-old women sitting in the parking lot driveway, sitting there arguing for an hour and a half. To me, I'm through with Drew. She needs to go. Sitting there woofing and whatever she was doing to Fatum, that was just ridiculous. It's a lot of misplaced anger. She seemed like she doesn't want to be angry at the people she should be angry at because she's too busy trying to be in with the cool girl. She reminds me a lot of Candace from RHOP. She'll never give the people that need that smoke. So instead, she turned off Fatum. And that whole pre-produced scene when you throw in doggy, you really brought that from your house so you can have that moment to toss out there like that. She's corny. She is one big cornball. I don't want to see her no more. Sonya, like, there's bone collected, and then there's what Sonya doing. Like, even Sheree said that. Like, Sonya is way past bone collect. Like, you literally had a conversation with Kenya, and then made a beeline for Marlo, was like, we need to have a conversation, and told her everything that was said. Why does she feel like she needed to do that? Again, I don't like these people who feel like they have studied the show and that they're gonna come in no, it's not organic. It makes me not want to watch. Like, I want to see organic moments, and the pop-offs and the drama, whatever. Everything with her seems real pre-produced, rehearsed. We'll see how she do on her trip with Jamaica, and that was crazy too. How they all end up getting kicked off the trip? I ain't never seen that before. I've never
experienced that before.
I've never experienced that before. I've been watching Housewives for a long time. I said, Lord, they all got to go. But anyway, that's all I had. But so we'll wait to see what's going on next week. I want to see what this therapist is able to pull out of Marlo. I think it's gonna hopefully give us a lot of answers to a lot of the whole question mark that is Marlo Hampton. But anyway, that's all I had, love. Let me go fix my kids some lunch.
Right.
What time is it? Lunch? Yeah, lunch. Okay. All right. I'll see you later. All right. Bye.
Bye. All right, guys. I gave Adrian a lot of time because Adrian is also a member of the channel. However, those of you, we have a long line backstage. Again, no profanity, no derogatory statements. If you will be banned from calling in. Okay. If you continue with derogatory statements in the live chat or on the page or our channel, you will be banned. Okay. We are okay with having a differing of opinion. However, no derogatory statements, no profanity, just a reminder. Okay. And a reminder, the opinions of the callers do not represent myself or the Kempire LLC or Google and all that other good stuff. All right. Judgy Justice is backstage. We're going to bring her up for a quick comment. What's going on, Judgy?
Hey, so I just want to speak a little bit. I'm going to leave like the dogs alone with Drew and stuff because she speaks the language. But I really don't like the way Marlo is acting about this trip. I don't really think that, like, starting off, if Kenya came in the house, I just gave her stuff. You're the host. You're supposed to greet your guest. You ain't supposed to be doing all the stuff, chasing around people, causing all this foolishness. If you're saying that truly that Kenya is the issue, then let Kenya be the issue. And let her show herself and her true self to these group of ladies, not you chasing around the house. And then my other issue is like her, when like she found out about the concern, she's going to do that fake prayer, bringing Jesus into this and stuff. This fool's just going to call her a bitch and all that stuff. That is craziness.
No profanity.
I'm sorry, I forgot.
Go ahead.
My apologies, everyone. Saying like calling people names, like I don't really like that. I don't really like us bringing in our spirituality and this evilness, and then you talk bad about her children and you talk bad about her pregnancy, and you think this woman's really gonna be so excited to see you. It sucks. That was not right, and that's really hurtful. Because like as a new mom, like that really hurt me, watching someone that keeps trying to attack your motherhood. And just because you've decided now that you don't want to, that you like for you to pick up and drop off on people's lives, Kenya had a point there. You can't just be kicking people out and be proclaiming that you kicked out the kids for 30 days. Nobody does that to kids that they really love. I can't stand to be away from my kids for a day. So that sucks to hear someone say that they can just easily go on a trip and be gone for 30 days out of a child's life that you said that you're committed to helping. That's hurtful. Okay. So I'm okay. I really wanted to let everybody else get their words in, but Marlo, that was some garbage, and you need to go fix it before you get off the show. Bye.
All right. Thanks, Judge Justice. All right, we're going to bring up some more callers. Again, guys, if you haven't already, be sure to like the video. And don't forget to set your reminders for our Married to Medicine recap. After this, I have to go rewatch the episode. But I also need to watch Dr. Heavenly. She's not paying me, but she should. Promoting her YouTube channel. But I have to see her recap because sometimes I want to bring that information to you guys. And I'm glad she started doing it right after the show. That helps us. Thank you, Dr. Heavenly. All right, Florence, I'm going to bring you up next for a quick comment. What's going on, Florence?
Hey, Kempire. I'm in a meeting. That's all right. I muted them. I'm just going to make it short and sweet. My favorite part was listening to Candy give some nuggets to Sheree about her business. I feel like that's something that we could all benefit from.
Amen.
And then what was I going to say? Oh, and I was going to say, she already has it set up. Get you a pink yoga mat, pink water canteens, get purple, whatever. But you know what, Kempire? She's not going to do it. So you know what? I want you to do it. Can we get some purple yoga mats, some pink yoga mats with
for us? Okay.
Yes, with your stuff, because she's not going to do it, but I know you will do it.
If I do she by sham,
you will have your signature, pink, purple, some blue, black, white with matching water canteen, watch headbands, just speaking it out there. But that's it.
All right, Florence. I'm going to get on that. By sham. Let me ask my lawyer.
Okay.
Thank you, Florence.
Bye.
Get back to your meeting. All right. We're going to get to some more. Nadi says, Kempire pillow and throw. There is a pillow. Well, there was a pillow. However, I will add the pillow, and I think we have throw. I have to double check, guys. Again, guys, and a shameless plug. Yes, House of Kempire is now available. Head on over to houseofkempire.com for more details on our Black Label Kempire merch. More merch will be coming besides just the logo merch. But as you know, I like to take my time as a tourist to make sure that you guys get quality. And shout out to all of you that have been talking about the quality of our shirts, our t-shirts. We also have baby stuff. We got baby onesies. We've got the the kid stuff too, and t-shirts and things like that, and sweatshirts. So be sure to check that out. See, Gabriella says, yes, we have a pillow. See? All right. Not Kiki by Kempire. Is that something you want me to do? All right, guys, feel free to hit me up on Twitter, Instagram, all those ideas. If you haven't joined our Discord, teamkempire.com/Discord. Only people that are real Team Kempire members should be joining. If you act up in there, you will get kicked out. All right. We're building a community of like-minded individuals that have a good time. All right. Let me get Callie's up next. I'm gonna bring Callie up. What's going on, Callie?
Hi, Kempire.
How are you?
How are you, handsome?
I'm doing well. You?
I'm doing very well. I just wanted to make a few comments. First of all, I don't agree that Marlo is going to be coming back for a second season. I really don't think she's being well received. I just think she's reaching too much. Like you can tell everything that she's doing is just for show. Like she's overdoing everything. And she's just making things up as she goes. And I mean, as far as the boys, I feel bad for the boys. I mean, she's exposing them too much. I can't imagine how much they're being harassed or bullied at school. Just showing like their rooms are dirty, and that boy went into her room and stole the laptop out of her closet. Like, geez, that's not good to do that to those boys. I really feel bad for them.
Yeah.
And as far as Sheree, I don't think her company will ever get off the ground, but I was pleasantly surprised to see Kenya offer her some help with her contacts. Like, I thought that was really nice. My opinion of Kenya has really changed this season. Like, I really, I mean, I didn't hate her, but I didn't love her before. But I'm really kind of respecting her this season.
Okay. All right, Callie. We appreciate you calling in.
That's all I have to say. You have a wonderful rest of your day, and I'll see you with Married to Med.
Yes. Thanks, Callie. All right, we got Nikolai backstage. We're going to bring him up next. What's going on, Nikolai?
Hey, what's going on, Kempire?
Much. Long time no speak.
I know. I got a new position. I'm no longer in marketing. I'm back in hotel ops. So, just, being a working boy. I didn't really catch all the live right now. I just came in with Webster reading the house down. But I'm glad to hear. I'm glad to hear that people are really enjoying Kenya this season. I feel like she's always had this rep behind the scenes about being like this very loving and caring person. I'm just glad that everybody's really able to see that. And Sonia, man, that was wild when she just literally ran from one room to the other. Like, girl, you need to be on this show that bad. You're a 4-time Olympic gold medalist. I thought that was your claim to fame. Now you just need to be a housewife. Fame is addictive. It's wild. But that's all I really want to say. I just want to come show you some flowers. I've been in the replay crew lately. I haven't caught a live, but I just want to come say hey to you.
Thank you so much, Nikolai. Congratulations on the new position.
Thank you. Appreciate it. You guys have a good one.
Bye. All right. Let me just say thank you. Got a couple of super chats. Dr. Payne, thank you so much for the super chat. Dr. Payne says, also hope Drew's little stunts make her a friend of next season. Dr. Payne. Oh my gosh. Oh my goodness. Hold on. Let me just say thank you, French lady, for the super chat. French lady says, no one touch on Marlo's age shaming Kenya. Oh, you're calling her 60 years old. If that was 60 years old, I mean, first of all, okay, let's talk. And I'm not age shaming anyone, but Marlo is what, 40 something years old, allegedly. And I have to say, Kenya looks damn good for 50 something years old. Was she 50, 51? She looks damn good and looks younger than you, Marlo. Thank you, French lady, for the super chat. Diana, thank you so much for the super chat. Oh, I don't have the button to press. Diana says, congratulations, she, I love you so much. I'm not near my laptop. I can't do this from my phone. It's okay, Diana. Diana always is one of our mods, always works so hard to support our channel. So shout out to Diana and, of course, all of our mods. We appreciate you guys doing it when you can. Look, I never tell the mods, let me know where you are, what's going. No. You guys do it when you can, when you have time in your schedule. I get it. I understand. We all have lives. We all have things that come up. Thank you. Thank you all for supporting any way that you can. All right. See, Kay says, Kenya is 50? Oh my God, she's gorgeous. Exactly. All right. Yeah, I think she might be 51 by now because I remember the 50 celebration. So she's 51 by now. Either way, she looks damn good. Anyways, we have a long line backstage. Okay, again, guys, callers, be brief. There are people waiting. All right. Tyler, I'm going to bring you up next. What's going on, Tyler?
Hi, Kempire.
How are you?
I'm fine. I've been waiting to talk to you guys forever. So let me just get into some things real briefly. One thing about Marlo that she needs to understand, whether people like Kenya or Candy or not, Kenya has the power to turn the entire group against her. She should go call Nene and see what happened that season and why Nene is no longer on the show. Candy and Kenya will form an alliance and bring Sonia in with them, and Marlo will be X'd out because Marlo does not even have the name. Nene is not getting jobs right now, but Marlo doesn't even have that type of name to get on anybody's network. So she should stop. Drew. It's like, I like Drew when she's authentic and just, playing the game. It's like, sweetie, please just chill out, organically find your way and stop with the antics. You're not the girl that we want those hot phrases from. We don't look for you for fashions, none of that. Just come in and do what you do. But you know what I mean, Kempire. When she's
you just telling it like it is.
Right.
And
when she's good and just chill, like that moment when she said, I'm not riding with that B word. I was okay with that. But throwing the doggy treats and stuff, it's like, Drew, girl, you're not on the set of the game. Just chill out. Just chill out. But Marlo, really, really study past seasons and pay attention to, because one thing about Kenya, she's very good. She reeled Cynthia in. She even reeled Marlo in away from Nene. She knew what she did. She played a 4-year game and got Nene out of there. Pay attention. Pay attention, Marlo, because she will get you out of there. That peach will be gone. That's all I have to say. Thank you, guys.
Thank you so much, Tyler. Wow. You got see, this is why I love when the callers call in, because then you give me a whole different perspective and you give producers a whole different perspective. They're watching us. That's the name of the recent episode, guys, of my podcast, Kempire Radio. And I'll explain in that podcast. So be sure to check that out. And I will be working on a new episode of the podcast. I've just been busy. Working on things. And okay, Sam, I'm going to bring you up next for a quick comment. What's going on, Sam?
Okay, hi Kempire. This is Sam from Italy. Okay, so I wanted to say, I think two things can exist at the same time. I think you can not like Kenya and agree that she is right. I think there's just a lot of dislike against Kenya. And when she does something, it's just like, oh, let me make some excuse for the person who's going against Kenya to make Kenya wrong no matter what. If I was in the situation that Kenya's in, where Marlo has consistently shown me that she doesn't care about me, Kenya doesn't know that Marlo said she will always hit below the belt. Kenya doesn't know that Marlo said in her confessional that she can't take her frustration out on whatever, so she just takes it out on Kenya. Kenya doesn't know that. And Marlo has shown us that she is vindictive and manipulative and that she's jealous. So if, in my opinion, if I were Kenya, I wouldn't want to be around her by myself either. I don't care if the cameras are there. We see that the cameras have time and time again edited so Kenya looks bad. So if you're going to say something, I need witnesses here. I work in the airline industry. If I'm going to say something to another flight attendant or a pilot, I say, I want somebody there who can vouch for what I'm saying. If you're in a union, you have your attorney there or your union rep, whatever, so that someone can vouch for what I'm saying. So even for Marlo to very calmly say to her, okay, let's go and talk privately. I did the same thing when he came into Tina's dressing room. And then remember, he had that gun. So I don't trust Marlo, and I think that her reasoning for wanting to, I think she wants to be in the cool girls club with Kenya and Candy, and she's making it seem like even when Kenya was sick, she's like, oh, it's automatic rejection. That has to be the reason. It can't be just a simple situation of, yeah, this person got sick. They must be trying to manipulate the situation or whatever. So that's like my only thing. I feel like sometimes when people are giving Marlo this like kind of a pass when she has the situation with Kenya, it's like, just say you don't like Kenya and you're just going to go against her for any reason. Like even with the robbery, it's sort of kind of like every other franchise, they discuss it with the girls. There could be people who are targeting specific celebrities. I mean, like, if you really look at a stalker, if you saw the documentary Don't F with Cats, they were able to find this guy with just like the smallest little thing. Like, oh, look at it. This is a vacuum cleaner that's only available in Canada. Like, what? So, like, I think that's something that, like, I think it was valid that Kenya was worried. She's by herself. She doesn't have family. It's just her in Brooklyn. And I think that people just, in my opinion, people just don't like Kenya. And I just wish people would just say that I don't like Kenya and I want her to always be the villain. And I don't like that she has blah, 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 blah. So that's it, Kempire. That's all I want to say.
Thank you, Sam, for calling in.
Ciao.
Bye. That was the thing I forgot to follow up on, guys. So I did the report on Kenya revealing that Marlo, when she did the interview on news, revealing that, these gang members broke into her home. Okay, that's when we learned that Marlo had a panic room. But Kenya blasted her, said that, I'm glad everyone is safe, but why wouldn't she reach out to the group and let us know in order to protect us? Well, someone else that was involved in this whole robbery situation, someone that also got robbed by these guys, took to social media and says that according to police, the police, they didn't want us letting anyone know. And I'm just, part of me is like, I can see that, but then part of me is like, why would they say that? Especially if they're trying to protect people, but also trying to find these guys. So why would the police, look, I'm not a police officer and I'm not going to try to pretend to be one. even if you're doing an investigation, why aren't you warning the community police? Where's my sirens? Do I have a sirens? Damn it, I don't have sirens on this one. Damn it. You know what I mean? Like, part of me that didn't make a lot of sense either. But look, I don't know what this person was told in regards to this investigation, but this investigation, unlike Dorit's, has been solved. They've caught the guys. Sorry, Dorit. Just saying. But what do you think Marlo would have reached out to Kenya or the group about this before? Mind you, this attack, this happened earlier in July, and then it came out just this past week. Who knows? Who knows? Virgin says, why would she say she has a panic room? That's not cool. Why does she have a panic room? And we're all like, that's a closet. Okay. I have a panic room too. I don't know. All right. All right. We have Kyla, Ham and Cheese, and Jenna backstage. These are going to be our last callers. No one try to call in now because I'm not going to be taking your call. Just forewarning everyone. These will be the last three callers, and last three callers, brief. We're not going through the entire episode. The most important topic that you want to talk about. Okay. Oh, it's Future's baby mama that said that. Thank you, Real House Husband. I couldn't remember who it was. But then what I remember, he has a lot of baby mamas. All right. Kyla, I'm going to bring you up. What's going on, Kyla?
Hey, Kempire.
How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm doing well.
That's good. I'm not going to talk about the show. There's nothing to talk about. I just want to talk about Kenya, Marlo, and Nene. We'll leave Nene out for a second. I don't understand this Kenya pedestal that y'all be putting her on. Not you, just saying y'all, because I'm Southern. I just don't understand like how everybody forgets the stuff that she used to do to other cast members that now Marlo does to her. I don't understand that. Like the whole thing where Marlo was chasing around the house, but she did the same thing to Portia with the anger management thing. She chased her all the way outside, harassing her just to make her look like she's crazy and still angry. Or when, you know, the reunion where it all happened, where she got a blowhorn and was talking in her face and told her to stop. Also, let's go to the season 10 where it was Kim and Nene. Let's talk about how Kenya was talking about Kim's daughter and calling her a whore. Like, I don't understand how when Kenya is getting attacked by the same antics she does, nobody wants to talk about that. I don't like that. But I'm not excusing Marlo's behavior, like not at all. But my thing is, when it comes to Kenya and Marlo, they're the same person. And that's why they cannot get along. They literally, it's like looking in the mirror because they're both the same person. Because that episode before this one, Marlo has spoke about every issue that Kenya has, she has. And that's why they can never like be friends because of the same issues they had. My thing is with Kenya, you know you don't like her and yet you come to this trip. And I get it, they have to film together, but she's done that multiple times where she knows she doesn't like somebody, but yet she antagonizes them. And I just, because I like Kenya, I really do, but some of the stuff she does is bull. Because it's like, how come you get to do that, but nobody else can do it to you?
And I feel like Candy was calling her out on that this episode.
Yeah, because that's the Candy I like. I like when Candy calls everybody out for their crap. Because why is it that you can do it but nobody else can? So I honestly think that's why, like, let's talk about Nene real quick and then I'm done. Nene, Marlo, and Kenya are the same person. Why? Because growing up without a mom does that to you. When Kenya was telling y'all, again, for how many times she has talked about her family, how they treated her, because Marlo said the same thing about how her mom is, how she verbally would abuse her, and that's why her mouth is the way it is, and she hates that about herself. Kenya, Nene, and Marlo have mommy issues, and because they don't have that nurturing spirit like the other women have, because they grew up with their moms, that's why they're so damn mean. That's why they're so vile, and that's why they all can't be close like that. Because honestly, I'm gonna be real with y'all, when Nene and Kenya got together that reunion, oh my God, that was, man, when I say that was the dynamic duo right there. So yeah, there's nothing really to talk about. Drew's still corny. For 2 months, well, I mean, she's crazy. There's nothing to talk about. Sonia is an opportunist, but we all knew that. I only care about the OGs. I don't care about the new girls.
Okay.
Sheree's still Sheree. Candy's still Candy. I want Monette. Is that how you say Monetta? I want her to replace Sonya, and Drew can just go because don't nobody care about Drew, and the fans that like her. Do y'all really, or y'all just tolerating her? Because that's a difference. But yeah, that's it. That's it, Kempire.
Thank you so much, Kyla, for calling in.
Of course, you take care.
You too. And guys, for those that wonder if you can call in if you have a differing opinion, even if you don't have the same opinion as me, you can call in. We welcome all differing opinions as long as we're all respectful. I'm respectful with my opinion sometimes. I know sometimes I go a little too far, but I'm human. This is my show.
Right, Marlo?
Sorry, I had to do it. All right. Ham and Cheese, I'm going to bring you up next for a quick comment. What's going on, Ham and Cheese? Now I'm hungry.
Hello, how are you?
How are you?
I'm great. Your skin looks gorgeous, honey. You're welcome. Okay, I'm going to do this really quick because this was one of the most boring episodes I think I've ever watched in my entire life. I think the funniest part of the entire show was when Kenya told Marlo she's an icon, but she's a convict. That was the only highlight of the show to me. As far as Marlo, I would like to see her off of the show. Personally, I've worked with at-risk youth for more than a decade, and the damage that she has done to these boys by sending them out of the home that she promised them is going to be with them for the rest of their life. They're never going to be able to have a meaningful relationship. They're always going to be in therapy. I've watched this happen every single day, day in and day out. I can't believe I'm a woman that's about to say this, but thank God she never had children because she would really damage those children. I'm sorry to say it, but it's the truth. If you can send children away on national TV, what would you do to your own child? I mean, she was supposed to step in and be the people or the person that loves those kids. She obviously didn't do that. I'm really disappointed with Bravo even airing this show. It was just hands down boring. It was just boring. And Sonya, I had high hopes for her, but she can just go ahead and pack it up, clock out for me, and leave because I'm not impressed. That's all I had to say.
That was a lot, Ham and Cheese. Thank you so much for calling in.
Thanks, bye.
Damn, sometimes you guys are, woof, y'all don't hold back. All right, let me say thank you. Thank you, Life Ashanta, for the super chat. She says, yep, Kenya said Kim was pimping her daughter out for John Legend tickets. I remember that. Thank you so much for the super chat, Linda. Linda says, if the police here in Fulton County, ATL, and the suburb suspect is a gang-related crime, everything is on a John Doe need-to-know basis. Okay, thank you, Linda, for that. So that's what I said. Like, I don't know how police investigations work, but still not saying to me they couldn't say something to their group chat. Because y'all know, if it was your family, would you be listening to the police or would you be warning your family? Yo, this just happened to me. I'm not allowed to say things, but I'm just saying, I'm not saying for her to reach out to Kenya, but Kenya's out there in the woods with just her in Brooklyn. I mean, she does have a shotgun. Well, not a shotgun. She has a gun. I don't know. ATL, I'm not even coming to visit based on what y'all say. They robbing the homeless. I said, nope, that was it for me. That was it for me. I just hope it gets better, though. Is it your mayor? Because our mayor is an influencer here in New York. Who vote? I didn't even want him to be the nominee for the Democratic Party. But Eric Adams, do your job. Busy hanging out with French Montana. Every time I'm like, is he ever doing his job? Okay, y'all didn't come here for this. But I was just saying, speaking of mayors, look, when's it time for his time to be up? See, look, the New Yorkers, he's an embarrassment. All right. I thought it was just me. As he said, our mayor's a socialite. Anyways, I could say a whole lot more, but I'm not going to. Let's say, last but not least, we're going to bring Jenna up to close this conversation out. What's going on, Jenna?
Hi, everybody. Hi, Kempire. Can you hear me okay?
Yes. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can. This is my first time calling in, and I love your channel. I just want to say I'm actually super geeked out and nervous because I've never called in to one of these things before. So, but I'm glad I get to speak up a little bit today because I was the person in the chat that was saying let me burst Team Swirl's bubble real quick because I'm like the other caller. I cannot forget all the ways that she used to act. The past is still not the past. That was only like 1 or 2 seasons ago that she was acting all mean with people. And like the other caller said before, I'm okay with saying I just like don't like Kenya, and that's okay, and that's what it is. I don't like Kenya. Now I'm not saying that Marlo is also okay because I actually do think they are very much the same. Unlike some people were saying in the chat that they're not the same, they're exactly the same. One is just as narcissistic as the other. The only difference is, in my opinion, is that Kenya kind of had a little bit of the cheat code almost in becoming a mother herself. I feel that opened up some of her nurturing. Marlo didn't really have that in terms of, yeah, she took the boys in. I think she did do that for some ulterior motives that she doesn't even realize because she does need extensive therapy. And I think Kenya needs to keep doing whatever therapy she is doing because she has gotten better. But Mama is not perfect because nobody is. And they still both have a lot of work to do. I think her coming on the trip was just to bother Marlo and be the center of attention. And whether you want to say, oh, it's not Marlo's trip, it is Marlo's trip, if production paid for it or whatever, she was the host. So therefore it is her trip. And if some people can be like, well, just don't invite her. Well, she did invite her. So if you're allowed to disinvite or not invite, you should also expect some decorum from your guests. Kenya was being rude to her and ignoring her on purpose. And while I do think that the way Marlo first approached her and saying, oh, come and talk to me for a minute, was kind of, the tone was kind of rude, and that might have set Kenya off. Later, when she was really trying to get her to talk to her, she could have like tried to acquiesce and actually go talk to her a little bit. But neither of them want to give any quarter because they are both the same person. And I'm in with something really controversial because I worked in adoption for 5 years and I've seen a lot of things. Marlo and Kenya are both 2 little girls that probably should have been adopted by somebody outside of their family. They missed out on a lot by being shuttled around from family to family, having different experiences that they shouldn't have had. They missed a lot of nurturing. They missed a lot of hugs, and they have a lot of trauma from being unwanted by their own mothers. And that doesn't, not to say that that doesn't happen with straight up adoption, but if they had gotten adopted by nice families who could have like been their everything, like you really want your parents to be, I think their lives could have been a lot different. One thing that people I feel like are forgetting is all the Kenya pretty privilege that she does have. People always say, oh, she's a beautiful girl, she's a beautiful woman, and she is, but she gets a lot of pretty privilege from that. Maybe if Marlo had gotten to go into beauty pageants, and I'm not taking that away from Kenya as an accomplishment because it is, but if somebody had nurtured Marlo to be in pageants and do these different things, but she doesn't have the same aesthetic or body type as Kenya. And that's just something that's honest. Like, I think they're both beautiful women, but there's a difference there. So I'm always somebody that's tuned into pretty privilege and the fact that maybe some people should have been adopted, back when they were children, instead of being like shuttled off to grandma's house. Oh, now you're going to live with auntie such and such. Oh, now you're going over here. Like Kenya mentioned in the episode last night, she ran away from home for a little while and lived with the ex-boyfriend. That is a lot for a young girl to be going through. So that's how I feel. Like I said, I'm not going to be Team Squirrel and never will be. Just like, people were like, oh, it's a lot of folks on Team Squirrel this year. Not I, because she's a mess. You cannot be considered a nice person when you're only nice to a certain subset of people and you treat everybody else like trash. That's like the person that you go to a restaurant with and they're super nice to you and they're your best friend, but they're mean as all get out to the server. No, thank you. That means you're a mean person. And that's all I have to say. I think I said enough.
Thank you, Jenna, for calling in.
Thank you so much for having me. I appreciate y'all. Hi from Philly, and bonjour to all the international callers and everybody else. Love you. Bye.
Thanks, Jenna. Wow. I love it, though. I love it when you guys call in and you have a difference of opinion and you do it in such a respectful way. Somewhat respectful. Shady sometimes. Look, we get it. Shady here, too. Replay crew, I know you have thoughts. I want to hear those thoughts in the comment section. Thank you to everyone that called in. Thank you to everyone that sent in the super chat. Shout out to our Team Kempire and Royal Court members. We appreciate you. Thank you to our mods, guys. Don't forget to say thank you to our mods. Yes, we went 2 hours. Me sitting on this hard chair, but this is very good for my posture. It's very good for my posture. I appreciate you guys. Look, I said this before, and I've recently posted this on my Instagram stories. I love talking about the housewives. I love having a great conversation about the housewives, but I don't live for them. I don't live for the celebrity news. I report on them. We have a good kiki sometimes about them, but let's not let it get to a toxic place like the Bravo universe can get. Guys, again, thank you to all of you for being here. We're going to get out of here, and I will see you guys at 5:30 p.m. Eastern for our recap of Married to Medicine, which I felt like was a better episode. I really enjoyed Married to Medicine this week. We got to talk all about it. I have to go rewatch the episode, and then I have to go watch Dr. Heavenly's recap of it. We'll talk more about this, and you will have an opportunity to call in later tonight as well. Guys, see you guys. Yeah, thank you, Drama. See you in 2 hours. Damn, I don't have a lot of time. All right, 2.5 hours, really. All right, I'll talk to you guys later. Thank you all. Thank you to my mods. I appreciate you guys. Appreciate. Don't forget to show some love to the mods, guys. Let's get out of here. I will see you guys later.
Yeah, I know. You was right and I was wrong. Yeah, I know. You was right and I was wrong. I need to learn to put my pride in my pocket. Ay. Yeah, I know. You was right and I admit it. That trade can be toxic. Ay. Yeah, I know. You was right. I'm just so stubborn at times. I know. You was right. I'm just so stubborn at times. I know. You was right. Hey, girl, I hate to see you cry, but that happens every single time we fight. Look, I'm far from a perfect guy, and I do anything to try to make it right. But you, baby, look, I know sometimes I act like I'm unbothered. If I end up losing you, baby, you make me better. But we have this forever. I promise I will change. I need to learn to put my pride in my pocket. Ay. Yeah, I know. You was right. I admit it. That trade can be toxic. Ay. Yeah, I know. You was right. I'm just so stubborn at times. I know. You was right. I'm just so stubborn at times. I know. You was right. The energy ain't been the same, but if we work on it, we surely get a gain. Look, I went and booked a private plane, a little vacation in Barcelona, Spain. What you say? Spend some time just you and me to rekindle a special little thing. Ay, I know we always want to agree, can't always have it my way, but I don't want you to leave. Please stay. I need to learn to put my pride in my pocket. Ay. Yeah, I know. You was right. I admit it. That trade can be toxic. Ay. Yeah, I know. You was right. I'm just so stubborn at times. I know. You was right. I'm just so stubborn at times. I know. You was right. I need to learn to put my pride in my pocket. Ay. Yeah, I know. You was right. I admit it. That trade can be toxic. Ay. Yeah, I know. You was right. I'm just so stubborn at times. I know. You was right. I'm just so stubborn at times. I know. You was right. You was right and I was wrong. You was right and I was wrong. You was right and I was wrong. You was right and I was wrong.